Hello students, welcome to the pole science class of class 12, and today we will try to discuss two topics. Number one is IMF and number two is WB, that means World Bank, from chapter number 6, United Nations and its organizations. So let us proceed then. The first point is about IMF, that is International Monetary Fund. So the International Monetary Fund is an international organization that oversees those financial institutions and regulations that act at the international level. So regarding International Monetary Fund, what it is written, that it is an international organization that oversees those financial institutions. Number one, work related to the working process of IMF is that number one, it looks or it oversees those financial institutions, and number two, it also looks after the regulations that act at the international level. That means internationally, you can say worldwide, it looks after the financial institutions and regulations which is at par at the international level. The International Monetary Fund has 189 members countries as on 12 April 2016, but they do not enjoy an equal say. Clear? So regarding the second line, it is written that the International Monetary Fund has how many member countries? 189, and this update is as on 12 April 2016. Clear? As on 12 April 2016, it had 189 members, but one unique thing is that they did not enjoy an equal say. That means regarding any verdict, regarding any decision, they don't have an equal opportunity of giving their verdict or having a say on particular matter. They don't have that equal opportunity actually. The G7 member countries, that is US, Japan, Germany, France, UK, Italy and Canada, have 41.29% of the votes. Clear? So under the International Monetary Fund comes the G7 members, or you can say the G7 countries. G7 means group 7 countries. 7 countries are there, in which US having 16.52%, Japan 6.15%, Germany having 5.32%, France having 4.03%, United Kingdom having 4.03%, Italy having 3.02%, and Canada having 2.22%, have overall, if we add this percentage, we get 41.29% of the votes. Clear? So these 7 countries have a total of 41.29% of the votes. That's why it was written here that they do not have or they do not enjoy an equal say. That means they do not get that much opportunity, or their verdict is not equally been given as compared to the other countries of the world. After that, China 6.09%, India 2.64%, Russia 2.59%, Brazil 2.22%, and Saudi Arabia 2.02% are the other major members. Clear? So along with this G7, other 5 countries are also there, who are China, India, Russia, Brazil and Saudi Arabia. Clear? Apart from this 41.29%, if we add, suppose 6 plus 2 8 plus 2 10 12 14, that means approx you think that 16% is added here, then also it gives a total of 41 plus 16, 57% overall of votes. Clear? So if we tell about the total number of members, that means 7 plus 5, that are number 1 USA, number 2 Japan, number 3 Germany, number 4 France, number 5 is UK, number 6 is Italy, number 7 is Canada. These are from G7 countries. Apart from G7 countries, other 5 countries are China, number 8, India number 9, Russia number 10, Brazil number 11, and Saudi Arabia number 12. So these are all the major members of the International Monetary Fund. As of April 2016, it had 189 members, and its main work is to oversee financial institutions and regulations that act at which level? That act at the international level. Clear? So this was all regarding the International Monetary Fund. Clear? Now we will move on to the next number 2 topic, that is World Bank. Clear? The World Bank was created during the Second World War in 1944. Try to remember this date about the creation of the World Bank. That was actually created during the Second World War in 1944. That means during the war only, when it was in its initial last year. That means it started in the year 1939 and it continued up to 1944. So during that last year only, this World Bank was created. Its activities are focused on the developing countries. Clear? You need to know the difference between the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, what it is actually. International Monetary Fund was different from the World Bank in terms of its work process. It was overseeing financial matter. But World Bank was created for the reason that its activities are related to what? Its activities are related actually for the developing countries, not for the developed countries. Remember, try to remember this. It works for the human development, that is education, health, agriculture and rural development, under which irrigation, rural services comes. Environmental protection, that is pollution reduction, establishing and enforcing regulations. Then infrastructure, in which roads, urban regeneration, electricity, and governance, that works for the anti-corruption development of legal institutions. So the World Bank has a whole lot of things to do actually. First of all, you need to know that it works for only the developed countries. Clear? So starting from number 1, it works for human development. Clear? Number 1 thing or number 1 function of the World Bank is that it works for the human development, and under this human development comes education and health. Then number 2, it works for agriculture and rural development. Clear? Under which irrigation, rural services comes. Thirdly, it works for the environmental protection. Under environmental protection, pollution reduction, establishing and enforcing regulations comes under this head, that is environmental protection, the third point. Number 4, it works for the infrastructure. These are all related to the developing countries. Number 4, it works for the infrastructure, under which roads, urban regeneration, electricity comes. Under the head infrastructure, roads, urban regeneration, electricity comes under the infrastructure development. Then lastly, it works for the governance, that is under this anti-corruption development. That means it works for zero corruption of the developing countries. Clear? That works for anti-corruption development of legal institutions. That means whatever it is looking after the development of this governance, it makes sure that it runs with the corruption-free stages. So these are the 5 things it does for the, or it looks after the developing countries. Clear? Starting from human development, then agriculture and rural development, then environmental protection, then infrastructure, and lastly the governance. So these are all the works that are related with the World Bank. It provides loans and grants to the member countries. Apart from these 5 things, it also provides what? Loans and grants. That means it also gives loans and also give grants. Clear? To the member countries. In this way, it exercises enormous influence on the economic policies of the developing countries. So like this, apart from these 5 things, it is also giving loans and grants. So in this way, what it is doing, it is having a huge influence related to what? Related to the economy policy of those developing countries. Whatever the economic conditions or the economic policies of that particular developing countries are there, for which the World Bank is actually giving grants and loans, that are actually having the World Bank's loans and grants are actually having a great influence. Because of its granting of loans, it is having a great influence to those developing countries to which the World Bank is giving loans and grants. Clear? It is often criticized for setting the economic agenda of the poorer nations, attaching stringent conditions to its loans and forcing free market reforms. But apart from these 6 things that the World Bank is doing, it is also being made criticized for some other matters also. What is it actually? It is, the World Bank is often criticized for setting the economic agenda, that means of the poorer nations. That means many countries are developing, under the developing heads also many countries are like that which are very poor. So regarding that poor nations, the World Bank is often criticized by many institutions that the World Bank is actually doing what? It is, apart from giving loans and grants, it is actually setting up the economic agenda of the poorer nations. That means the World Bank is making the poor nations a puppet in their hands. Why? Because the financial help the World Bank is doing to these poorer nations, and with that, whatever the things the World Banks want, or whatever the economic agenda the World Bank wants that poorer nations or countries to do, they do it because of the financial help they get from the World Bank. Clear? And along with that, some are criticizing that they are forcing free market reforms. Along with that means they are criticized for 2 reasons by many institutions. Number 1 is that they are setting the economic agenda. Along with that, it is also being criticized, the World Bank is also being criticized that they are forcing free market reforms. Clear? So regarding World Bank, we came to know that it was created in 1944, and whatever the works are there related to the World Bank, it is actually meant for the developing countries, not for the developed countries. It works for 6 areas, starting from human development, then secondly agriculture and rural development, then thirdly environmental protection, then 4th infrastructure, 5th is the governance, and number 6th is that it gives loans and grants to the member countries. But apart from doing so much of work, the World Bank is also criticized on 2 heads, actually 2 fields, by many institutions or organizations. And the World Bank are criticized actually firstly for setting the economic agenda of the poorer nations, because the poorer nations has to hear what the World Bank actually wants to do them, and in this way they become a puppet in the hands of World Bank. So for that reason, it is being told that the World Bank actually sets the economic agenda for the poorer nations. Apart from that, it is also criticized for the thing that it is forcing free market reforms for some of the poorer nations. Clear? Because in the loans that they are giving to poorer nations, in place of that, if they are giving loans, in place of that loans, they are forcing the poorer nations to to do free market reforms, or to enforce free market reforms. Clear? So with this, I will wind up today's topic. So this topic was very important for the fact that many of us are confused between IMF and the World Bank. So whatever the points that came under the World Bank and IMF, I hope that it is very much clear now that what is the actual work of the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. Clear? So with this, I will wind up today's topic. Thank you.